What's up, everybody? Welcome to Paper Battles. Today we've got Green Yellow Law versus Buggy. Buggy did take the play, and we're going to see a good old Cross Guild Searcher, top 4 for a Cross Guild card. And yeah, we see a nice little Buggy come off the top. 10-drop Buggy, probably something that may come into play later in this game here, but we'll see how well Green Yellow goes. And yeah, we'll see. With Green Yellow going in second, they do have a few options for searchers. We're going to see the new Kid and Killer from the starter deck, the green starter deck, in a little to the top 5. This card has really opened up the opportunities for this deck here. Just giving them a third searcher, incredibly strong, allows them to find a lot of their pieces here. We're going to see a good old 3-cost Jewelry Bonnie come out here. Pulled in a hand from Kid Killer. Nice little blocker, allows them to rearrange top card of their life so they can start doing some shenanigans with Law's leader ability. And we're going to pass back to Buggy. Buggy got the curve that he wanted to have and has the peel off on 2. Nice little full art peel off. So we see the Searcher on 1, the peel off on 2. Going to swing a 5k into lead here. We're just going to take that hit here and pass back to Law's turn. I just want to apologize for any of the potential camera shaking. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully we can all ignore past it. But anyways, we're going to see the Bonnie come down. Bonnie is going to put a nice little card into life. Going to be the 5-cost Bonnie. And yeah, we're going to see an activation here. Going to put the Bonnie into play. Going to rest a Dawn here, or keep a Dawn rested. And we're going to swing 6k into life here. And we're going to see a 2k come out of hand. But more importantly, Buggy not being able to be at 5 Dawn this turn, incredibly strong. Incredibly strong play for the Law player here. Basically means that there's not going to be any leader ability from Buggy's side. Just kind of time walking them, right? Taking them off a turn here. We're going to see a 4-drop. We're going to play down the Alvida instead. Got a backup plan here. We're going to draw 3 cards, trash 2 cards. So much card selection in the new Buggy list here with Alvida, with the new Mihawk and Croc card. The starter deck definitely gave a whole lot of life to this deck, and I think this deck is quite the contender now in the meta. We're going to see a 5k go into lead here. Could potentially just use a 1k from hand. Has a whole lot of options in hand right now. Looks like 2 Kid and Killer searchers. That might be the potential play. Could also let a Veggie go, but we're going to use the Kid and Killer. Count on that for 1k. We're going to pass back to the turn here. Going to go up to our nice little 6-Dawn turn and see what we can pull off here. Doesn't really have a way to, could play the Bonnie out. That is a way to set up life, right? You could put the Bonnie. You definitely kind of want to have a Searcher in play to be able to do some nonsense with the Law here. But it does look like they're potentially going to have enough Dawn to do that anyways, being on 6 Dawn. So they'll have 1 to go to lead, 2 for the Searcher, and then 3 for the Bonnie. Could allow them to do exactly that, right? Play the Searcher down, search something up, play the Bonnie down, put the Law into life, and then use leader ability to bounce the Searcher, or bounce the Bonnie, right? Bounce the Bonnie, put Law into play, bounce the Searcher, play the Searcher back out, search another card, right? Like up 2 cards. That's a potential play here. We're going to see what they decided to do. So they're going to play the Kid and Killer out. Kid and Killer, again, just a great card in this deck. That second ability of Kid and Killer, not necessarily a usable option in Law, right? It's definitely made for Bonnie, but that first clause of look at the top 5 for a Supernova. And man, the Supernova, we did find Cavendish, one of the key players in the deck, alongside the blocker Law here. This might just allow them to pivot into the Cavendish instead if they want to just do some aggression. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Going to take 1. They're going to put Cavendish into life instead. Going to attach 1. And then use leader ability. Gonna bounce the Kid and Killer back to hand, play out the Cavendish. Cavendish gonna tap 2, which essentially just lets them do the same thing that the Law would do, right? To put something else into play. Instead, they're gonna play out the blocker. I know it's in the it's in the glare, but it's the new 2-drop blocker. What is it? Capone Beige, right? So it's a 1k blocker, but if your opponent would one of your Supernovas would be removed from the field by an effect, you can instead add it to the top of your life. So Buggy, if they're going to start interacting with the board, which I'm not sure Buggy's known for interacting with the board, not a whole lot of options for interaction, right? Other than 10-drop Buggy, maybe the occasional Gravity Blade, right? But this Capone Gang Beige definitely playing around some of the removal outs here. We're on our 7 Dawn turn here. This is usually the turn that you kind of just slam down a play, and then potentially could use leader ability, right? Since you haven't used it once yet, right? You're maybe in a little bit better position to use leader ability. But I know the typical play play pattern for Buggy is to, on your go first on your 5 Dawn turn, you play something out using leader ability. On your 7 Dawn turn, you kind of just hard cast something, and then on your 9 Dawn turn, you play something out again, right? I think the reason, most people suggest that you do something like that is to kind of keep cards in hand, right? Because every time you're activating leader ability, you're negative 2ing yourself from cards in hand, unless you're also playing a card that puts another card into play. But we're going to see here, because they missed the last turn, they can definitely do it this turn, and it looks like exactly what they're doing. They do have the I saw the Mihawk and Crocodile card in hand, so they could play that out here. We're gonna see a 7k going at lead here, a whole lot of blockers on board. Just gonna use a blocker here instead of committing any cards from hand. I don't even think he has a 2k in hand at this point, so that would be 2 cards from hand if he decided to use it that way. And I think now we're gonna see the leader effect, leader ability, gonna discard a Mihawk, play out the Mihawk and Croc card, draw 2, trash 1, then play a 4-drop or less cross guild card from your hand. We can see good old Bootlicker Buggy going to the yard. The infamous promo from the deck. Just not very good against these lists that just kind of rely on 5-drops, right? This yellow green law deck, typically gonna be doing most of its action with the 5-drops. We're gonna see one of the cool plays of the new 4-cost Buggy. A lot of people scoffed at that card, said that card wasn't good, but look at this. We just played an 8 Dawn and a 6 Dawn card off of 5 Dawn. Incredibly strong, and then the Mihawk just drawing 2 trash and 1, getting another Bootlicker Buggy out of hand. You definitely want to pitch those in this specific matchup. Great for other matchups, but not necessarily this yellow-green law. I'm going to pass back to the good old yellow-green laws players. Turn here, they're on the 8 Dawn turn. I saw a kid just come into hand, right? So could play out, could just play out the kid, right, and just activate to put something into play. It could also attach it onto it because they got the Cavendish. This feels like a Bonnie line here. Cavendish swing with the kid out, gonna activate kid, attach it onto it, gonna potentially play something out. Nope, they're not gonna play anything out. They're just gonna activate it here. And now they're going to be swinging a good old 6 here. Just going to continue to pressure a little bit here. The Mihawk does have a free block on this one, and then we're going to see a 6k going to lead again from leader here. And they're just going to take that, go down to 2 life, and we're going to see a pass back here. And with the Capone Gang beige online, you can bottom deck the kid, but that kid's just going to go to the top of life and then come down on the next turn. We do know that the Buggy player has, I believe, still has the 10-drop Buggy in hand, right? But we're just a little bit off from it right now, unless you can play out a 4-drop here and then let the Buggy stick potentially. I know that's definitely what you want to do, and honestly a lot easier than it used to be, right, going first. Just so many new 4-drops in the deck that become pseudo 5-drops when you have enough other largely constant characters in play. And you could definitely play out a 10-drop Buggy this turn if you have another 4-drop in hand, but we'll see what they decide to do. I mean, putting the kid into life is fine, right? You could definitely do that. You could then just kind of pressure the board a little bit. Maybe there's a little bit of fear in Buggy right now of potentially, leaving the Mihawk on blocker duty. But typically, if I'm not in a threatened position, that Mihawk's always going to be turning sideways. It's always going to at least get 2 cards out of my opponent's hand, if not a card out of life here. And Law is only on 1 life, only a few cards in hand, but has a few blockers on board here. We're going to see just a huge swing, a shake of the table, a nice little 11k into kid here. This could be a very simple block from the Bonnie on board. Definitely don't want to try to give any cards from hand. Only has 1 2k still. Whole lot of 1ks, but definitely just I think just block with the Bonnie here. Because that's going to require 2 2ks out of hand if you had that. But looking at Law's hand, it's definitely going to be 3k counter. Just going to get a simple clean block from the Bonnie. And we're going to see an activation here of Buggy's leader ability. Likely just going to continue to fill up the board here. Going to discard a Galdino. Potentially eyeballing either the 7-drop Croc or the 8-drop Mihawk and Croc here. Did pull the nice little combo up front. Going to play the Mihawk and Croc again. Going to look at the top. We're going to draw 2, trash 1. And then likely going to put this Alvita into play, going to discard a duplicate copy, and instead they're just going to go for the blocker. So the nice little, one of the new blockers, both of the new blockers from this starter deck are 2k counters. This specific one does on KO, if you have 3 or less cards, it draws a card. Yeah, we're gonna see likely just a pass back, as that kid's just gonna be a stone wall right now for good old Buggy to get through. Definitely potentially would have liked like a potential Alvita into 10 drop Buggy play, right? The kid wouldn't have gone away, he would have just been in life, right? I believe that's how Beige works. But then he could have swung like 7k, 7k, like 5k, 7k, 7k, 5k or something. Just did a whole lot of pressure, right? Eat through Law's hand, and then if Law tries to play Kid again, he has less resources to protect Kid this time. Definitely a choice. But anyways, we're gonna look at the top 5. Gonna look for something nice. See a 7-drop Law, see a Luffy, Searcher, and a Bonnie. The rest of those cards are unsearchable off the Kid and Killer we just all put in play. We're gonna see the 7-drop good old Law. We are at 10 Dawn, so that means we do have enough Dawn to play out the 7-drop Law and then use leader ability to just bounce the Kid and Killer back to hand and then play something else out. Incredibly strong play. But you do need, you do have the Cavendish on board, so you can definitely still even attach a Dawn to Kid and swing a nice little 9k here. We're going to see a 7-drop Law. Going to replace the Kid and Killer, so I wonder what's going to get bounced back now off of the effect here. I think kind of putting a little bit of... Okay, we're going to just see a 7k go into lead. Gonna untap 2, likely saving 1 Dawn for lead, 1 Dawn for the good old 8-drop Kid here. Just gonna get countered out of. I think these are all going. I think that first attack was going into Mihawk and Croc. I think this is also going into Mihawk and Croc. That was a 9k swing, and now we're gonna see a 7k swing again going into Mihawk and Croc. Just try to take it out. Gonna want 1k from hand. We're gonna see a 5k swing go at lead here. Just gonna get a quick block with the nice little Mihawk, and we're gonna see a pass of the turn. So Kid is up again. Kid wall is here, but I think we can just Buggy and put that back in life here. But we are gonna send the Law back up to 3 life, which is a pretty comfortable position for Law to be sitting at right now, especially with having a 9k on board for next turn, and Buggy only a few cards in hand with only 2 life here. So we're gonna see a discard of a Buggy to play out the shiny Buggy. And we're going to bottom deck the Beige. Beige notably only targets other supernovas. But now if we had a second Buggy, you could get a little wild here. But are we going to do it? Oh man, I see another Buggy in hand. He's going for it here. He's going to activate Buggy. He's going to, yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to play another Buggy. Buggy's going to bottom deck the nice little... little kid here, and now we're gonna see some swings going in here. Now the big question is, do these swings start going at the board, or do they go at lead here? The Buggy leader swing definitely is gonna have to go at lead, and we already know what's the top card of the Law player, but Buggy is putting himself in a potential situation where he could just die on the back burn here. We do have if we see a potential Hody Jones come in here, so 2k to save the Cavendish twice here. We're gonna see a 5k go at lead. And then we're just gonna try to protect here with only 1 card in hand, 2 life. There is a little bit of fear of like a potential Hody Jones play, right? Hody Jones could come down, tap your blocker, and then that is 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8, 9, right? Potentially, which is incredibly harsh, right? But no Hody Jones in hand for Law right now, so Law potentially. Could potentially still try to end this here, right? So, I mean, there's 3 life to get through, or 2 life. One of your hits has got to connect, and the other hit's just going to take a blocker here. So you can kind of hope that Buggy just has no counter right out of those life, right? You could potentially try to ladder up a way to end the game here. Also has a ton of incredibly safe plays in hand. Has some Searchers, has quite a few blockers in hand as well. Could just set up a little bit and just play really passive, right? But you're staring down 2 12-drop Buggies on the other side here. We're gonna see a Kid and Killer come down. It's gonna first search top 5. We're gonna look for some fun things to do. We do see some options here. Nothing incredibly crazy, right? Just a few 2Ks, and we're gonna see. I think we're gonna take a room. I gotta remember what room does. Something about when you counter, you can bounce and then play something out or something like that. It's like a mini Law ability to potentially like refresh a Searcher to be able to find something again here. But not sure what Law would have wanted in that specific situation. Could find the 7-drop Law, right, to just feed life a little bit more here. But we're gonna see a 7K go at lead here. Just gonna take that one. With them so willing to take it, you know, it makes you wonder what you could potentially do here. And we might see Law kind of switching gears here, and maybe just go for like a few bigger swings here. We're gonna see. We know that the first card is not a 2K because he just we're gonna see an 8K lead now, and that take tells you a whole lot now. 5 Dawn left. We could see a like a 9-12. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'd maybe do like a 10-11, right? Something like that. We're gonna see a 9 go at lead now, and just get to block it. Because he has to block that, we already know the game is over. That's a 12K swing to end the game. With that 9K swing, definitely if he had some 2Ks, he would have gotten out of that. But yeah, Buggy, unfortunately, just not able to stay in here, and did a pretty crazy play last turn, but at the detriment of his own hand. Maybe ultimately not worth it. But anyways, Law is able to take care of it this game. And anyways, if you enjoy this type of content, definitely subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.